subscribers. I am Goddess High Priestess Empress of La Bandera. I'm gonna give y'all a few to get the notification while I also get this set up on mine too. Let's see what's up here. There we go. Okay. I do have to grab. Okay. Okay. Let's see where the. Yep. Get our incense going. Oop. Welcome, love. Welcome, y'all. Let's see something. We're gonna see what the vibe is. Yeah. Let's see what's going on here. And the moon is in Cancer right now. So there could be a lot of feelings, some strong feelings coming through here in alignment to what it is you've been thinking about, thoughts that you've been having. You want to get to the point where you have a thought as thinking is something you're still processing. I'm getting feel it through, feel it through, feel it through. 3117 on the screen. Welcome, y'all. Y'all caught a lot. Where y'all been at? Turn on your notifications then. What is you over there doing? Huh? Huh? What you over there doing that you over here missing lives and shit? This one boy, y'all. Hold up. Hold on. All right now. Incense you. Get another piece off. Second, I caught alive. Well, turn on your notifications so you can catch these lives. But now, welcome. Welcome, Zalem. Welcome. All praises due to the Most High. For those of you that are here, whether you're on the live or the live replay, let's do take a couple breaths here. Inhale for 4. Hold it for 7. Release for 8. Okay, so we're gonna inhale for 4. 3, 2, 1. Hold it for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the air out of your mouth. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale again. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Do 2 more on your own. Excellent. Okay. All right. Thank you, Mama Universe, Papa Universe. I connect my heart and soul to the heart and soul of Mama Universe and Papa Universe. I connect my heart and soul to the heart and soul of my angels, spirit guides, ancestors that guide and protect me. I connect my heart and soul to my heart and soul, always in connection as an extension of Source, as an extension of the Most High. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Gracias a la misericordia, gracias a la misericordia, gracias a la misericordia. Let's see what the vibe is. Let's get one tarot card. See where the collective is. See what the energy is. Show me the energy here for the collective. What are we discussing with our beloved collective here, Source? Wow. The moon, the lovers, moon and Gemini. The tower is peeping through here. Six of Swords is here. The star, Four of Pentacles. So this is given the feeling of crossing through the threshold of a very deep transformation you've been going through. A deep transformation, transmuting, transcendence of shadow work. And when we're speaking of the shadow work, you're in this process of healing. You're not coping with the situation. So there's this energy that's lifting off of you. Some of you can feel it through your heart chakra at this time. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, spiritual, emotional fulfillment here, the Nine of Cups. Four of Cups showing up here. 9 and 4, that's 13. That's the transformation. It's something you've been feeling. Something has ended. Okay. Wow. We have the Strength card and the Knight of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So, this could be an ego death that some of you have experienced here recently, or you will be. So take heed if you're noticing some sort of discomfort in that heart chakra area. Obviously, make sure all is well and everything checks out well. Just know that this may be something, you know, in regards to some sort of spiritual evolution that you are going through, actually going through. In prior situations, you may have felt as though you were, but now you're really getting a sense of what that means, because you may be mature enough right now to handle this level of alchemization I'm getting. You have the built, you have the stamina, you have the vessel to be able to withstand, you know, this level of crossing through the threshold. This can even lead to some of you moving. There could be a situation where you're no longer conforming to what others believe or think. You're moving on your own path here. And this could be causing a lot of changes around you, whether these are changes that people are expressing to you verbally, or just within their actions and their body language is being expressed to you the way they truly feel about the way you're moving right now. Or there could be some sort of situation where you're recognizing the root of it all, the reason for what it is that is transforming for you right now, and how much strength you've had to even have a certain focus on the visions you've had lately, or that you've always had. But now you're able to set a foundation to actually give it that nurturing that's necessary for it to grow. That's necessary for it to grow. This growth has to do with the way you even feel about this idea, the way you feel about completing something. There's certainly something here about your purpose. This could also have something to do with your father, your career, with the sun energy. Also something about you going in and out of something here. You were going in and out of something, but you're noticing why. It's as if wherever you were moving back and forth, it was something about building blocks that was going on. This could even have to do with moves, a lot of moving that you've been doing, or the effects of moving as a child. The effects of moving around as a child. If you're someone who's part of a military family, or just having to move, and the way that has literally influenced the way you move in life today. Let's see what's at the heart of this. Wow. Aquarius could be significant. Sagittarius, Aquarius could be significant. 9/11 could be significant. A tower moment. Yeah, that was the tower that showed up. It's something, as soon as something is pulled from beneath you that you feel was necessary for you to take the next step, is just as immediate that you receive exactly what's gonna take even more than just that one step that you thought you were, that you thought you would that you could only take if you had what was previously pulled from you. Let me see what's behind this King of Swords. Almost said Knight of Swords. The world. Wow. Okay. You know it's time for some of you, you know it's time for you to tell your story. You have a vision. For some of you, this could even have something to do with the big screen, where you'll have people investing in the project that you have. Let me see. Saturn and Leo. Wow. Okay. You have a lot of wisdom to share, to teach. Who is that? That would be who's that's is you could be a Leo rising. Whether if it's natal or progressed. Because with Saturn and Aries for Leo, Sun, Moon, or Rising, this is in your 9th house. And your quantum role while Saturn is in Aries is you are the flame of cosmic wisdom. You are the flame of cosmic wisdom. When you see, that's the thing. When, let's say you've been around people who are not into watching readings, into tarot, into astrology, it's as if when you are around, you literally expedite their process of awakening, and that can be very uncomfortable. And there may have been situations for some of you here where not knowing that would have you feeling always about the way people responded to you. It got nothing to do with you. It's just your energy right now, especially with Saturn going into Aries. You're getting a glimpse of you. Some of you could be getting a glimpse of this now. But this would be the energy full-fledged when, I mean, it's in Aries now up until July, which then it'll go back retrograde into Pisces until February, and then it'll start to go back into Aries. So you're getting a glimpse of, okay, this is tricky, because if that's the case, you're getting a glimpse of of something that you know you're supposed to walk away. This for some of you, of something that you're supposed to walk away from, some sort of partnership that you know that's not, it's just not doing what it's supposed to do. There's a lot of in and out. There's a lot of missing pieces. Things are moving quickly, but one is not fully equipped for the type of speed that it's going. There's something about one is not equipped for the speed that it's going, whether this is you or another. But there's another side of it where the one that is equipped for this type of change, you're the one that's supposed to be taking this journey, what I'm getting, on your own right now. So that way those that align with your frequency can match, you know what I'm saying, can match your vibe. Yeah. Yeah. So, hold up. Why is it taking me to this eclipse? Hold up. Let me see something. That's the type of energy I'm feeling right now from whatever this is I'm picking up on. Is giving some eclipse type of energy where everything happens abruptly at once. It kind of gives the vibes of a tower moment, but it's not. Listen, where is my, because this shit here. Yo, it could have you all over the place emotionally, especially when the moon is in a water sign. So for instance, right now the moon is in Cancer, where it naturally is, where it naturally, what it naturally rules. I want to see something though. So September 7th, see 9/11 is significant because September 7th is the full moon, total lunar eclipse in Pisces, while the North Node is also there. So, hold up. Let's see. It's the shadow. When it comes to the lunar eclipse, we're talking about the shadow of the earth, connecting to endings, emotional release, karmic closure. Now, this, we're talking about September. This is 4 months from now, just about. But it could have, this could be something that's happened between now and then. Okay? So between now and then, just picking up on that lunar eclipse vibes, it's a powerful time of release, a culmination of karmic closures, ancestral healing, and full circle awareness. It's also an opening of gateways of clearing attachments that no longer serve your soul's evolution. So that's the, yes, the sun soul energy here is something that's been, this is some strong energetic shit. The fuck? What I got going on? Whew. And then with the King of Swords and then the World card, completion of a cycle. This is something from your childhood, but it's not just, it's not even so much your childhood. Okay, here's what came through before going on to the live. If you want to get more in depth and wondering, am I really the one that's supposed to be closing out a lot of these generational things that's been going on within one's bloodline? Look to see if you have Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Mars, Venus, for sure, especially while this here Pluto was in Capricorn since 2008. So there was a lot that had to do with, you know, before you can attain the power of nurturing, or the light side of the Cancer energy, which will be the nurturing, the home, the stability, things of that nature. Anything that is not that has to be destroyed. So that can happen through any area of your life, whether if it's family, lovers, anything, people that you see as coaches, anything. So that's the same vibes right now for Leo, because Pluto's in Aquarius. So if you are wondering if you are that one, look to see if Pluto was in the opposite sign, preferably of your rising sign, especially during the time that you're about to hit your Saturn return. Okay. That would be interesting, some intriguing research there to do. I'm even gonna look into that. I mean, for me, I know that's just the way it is because I'm a Cancer rising. Pluto was in Capricorn since 2008, and when you when you talk about experiencing the energies of what your ops do or what that other side of Cancer does, Capricorn energy represented by Saturn, but also the keeper of karma. Ooh wee. It may not necessarily be the karma that you're clearing out. It could just be things that are, part of the bloodline, especially a maternal side thing or a father side thing, because that's the axis right there of mother and father. So, yeah, you may want to look into that, y'all. Let me see any messages here before we go into our tarot spread. Let's see. Let's see what comes through here. Rewards coming with significant release. 7:21 on the screen, 5:29 on the clock. That's tomorrow. 5:29, 5:30 is connected to the royal star Aldebaran, which is also connected to Archangel Michael. So this would be a time of severance, especially when it comes to patterns that no longer align with where you're going next. Now here's another thing that we're gonna look into as well throughout this message, what I'm getting. When we do this here Celtic spread to see what's going on, in the event that the Chariot comes out, that message is gonna be for whomever knows what they're supposed to do next. Straight up. Okay, so yeah, 7:22 on the screen right now. It's going to be for whomever knows what to do next. So let's see here. We have the first quarter coming out, first quarter moon phase, which has to do with challenges, confidence, and commitment. Let me put y'all there. And then we have the conversation with yourself first. That could be one of the challenges here where you are deciding to do something and you want to share it with others. But it's important for you to have the conversation with you first so deeply that you recognize that all that you desire you already have in terms of having a conversation about what you're deciding to do next. And just know that you have the confidence and you're willing to commit yourself to what this is that you're doing. So that's another thing to look into when it's a first quarter phase. Look to see what sign is in that phase at the time. Understand that archetype or the energy of that sign to recognize how these challenges are going to play its role in your life during that time, during that phase, that first quarter phase. Okay. And that's after, which is coming up not too far from now, because we are approaching the waxing crescent. After the waxing crescent, you have the first quarter moon. Okay, so the first and third quarters come up after the for the new moon, it comes up after the waxing crescent. For the full moon, the third quarter comes after the waning gibbous. The more you have this understanding and understanding of the cycles of the closest thing to us that has an effect on our emotions, the more you'll get to see, about what's what, who's who, and you don't have to second guess yourself. To the point that your dreams are going to be a lot more clear in regards to what's surrounding you or what's on its way towards you, so you can know, you know what I'm saying? the ways to maneuver around that, or through it rather, not even around it, through it. Divine intervention is at the bottom of the deck. What's behind this? Proverbs 29:16. When the wicked are in authority, transgression increases, but the uncompromisingly righteous shall see the fall of the wicked. See, okay, fuck. All right. Now we're looking at a situation of someone who overstands universal law, that nothing gets missed. This is similar to what we were saying yesterday. Don't mistake being quiet for non-action. Especially with this Sag card here, with the Knight of Wands showing up. It's about that proper use of the arrow. Having a precise target. Now, when it comes to that, this energy that's showing up with divine intervention, some of you may even be placed in a position to see, obviously, as it says, the fall of the wicked, those who had caused transgressions against you. Because you're the type of person to maneuver in a way that, one, again, you are aware as to the way the universal laws operate and nothing gets missed. This is what I was saying before in the other message. This could be why some of you don't call on certain energies to handle certain things, because you know these energies would get busy for you. Literally, 727 on the screen. When you send out that intuitive nudge to the spiritual realm to come and handle some shit for you, yeah. Literally, 534, it'll come through. 534, that's a 7. It'll come through and change whatever it got to change and move it, whatever it got to move out the way. Divine intervention. Let's go into the spread, y'all. What's the current energy here? Show me the current energy for the collective. Some of you have been carrying a lot for other people as well. I'm picking up on. You've been really putting in that effort to clear things out, even if you're not conscious of what this is. Energetically, I could feel someone moving through situations for people and clearing things up, where you're not necessarily absorbing, but it seems that way because of how much you can feel of what's going on around you. Okay. Okay. What's the current situation? I'm taking these upright. The Two of Swords, mental conflict, Moon in Libra, emotions connected to memories as it relates to significant relationships, one-on-one specifically. Whether this is family, business, work, career, whatever. But the current situation has to do with mental conflict. Especially if you watched the message from yesterday in regards to a head over heart decision. That's why we're okay. That's why we do this live right now. Okay. So it's something about not wanting to take an L, but I don't see this as, it's not a loss. It's just part of your training season. These situations were part of your training season for you to actually sense. And then talking about the moon cycles is very significant too. You could have a moon in Libra or a moon in the seventh house. You feel secure around stable relationships, but that was also a lesson here for somebody. That's also a lesson here. Or even having Saturn in the seventh house. As far as Saturn in Aries right now, that will be for Libra, literally for Libra, that it's in the seventh house. And the quantum role for Libra, sun, moon, rising, while Saturn is in Aries, it says, I am the divine balance. Your quantum role is the initiator of soul contracts. Initiator of soul contracts. The lesson is sacred unions without codependence, where every relationship becomes a spiritual mirror, becomes a spiritual mirror. Soulmates will appear or dissolve. The lesson here is for you to learn quantum harmony, where balance is not 50-50, but presence and self-honoring. You must choose you, not out of selfishness, but soul clarity. And remember, during the new moon, when we were discussing this, this would be knowing the difference between you in that selfish state. There's nothing right or wrong about that, because selfish literally means you coming back to something like self, because you have given so much of yourself. So you have to come back to yourself. That's the whole purpose of being selfish, at least in a constructive way. In a deconstructive way is, it would be similar to the art of detachment, but also learning not to be attached to detachment. So now with that seventh house energy with Saturn and Aries, or just in general for this message, it's speaking to making decisions of you choosing you from a healed state, not the wounded version. So when it comes to making the head over heart decision, if you're feeling conflicted within your mind about what to do, at least know that you want to make sure you're making a decision where you're not necessarily pointing the fingers towards anyone as to what they may have done to you. If you really want to go there and really make a wise decision, ask yourself, what is it within you that's allowing that energy to come through? 633 on the screen. And be compassionate with yourself when you're doing that, because it's not, to look at yourself in the sense of something being your fault. It's just more so, as we're speaking to clearing out the energy, that there could be certain things that are within your DNA coding that literally speaks the language or the energetic vibrancy or frequency that these situations or people see you as a match and come towards you. Now, these situations can come towards you after you've gone through a process, as we're speaking to, healing from it, just to check and see, do you recognize that this is something that is no longer you? Okay, so let's see. Look at that. They didn't repeat that, but there goes Saturn and Pisces energy, 8 of Cups. Emotional withdrawal. To solve this mental conflict, emotionally withdraw. So this literally would, in the physical, getting into a meditative state, feel what you have to feel, but also recognize that if something doesn't feel as love to you, because if someone regrets doing something towards you or you towards them, that's not to be confused with a form of love. That's not love. Regret it has no connection to love. If anything, it's more so dishonesty, disharmony, all the other bullshit. Allow your discernment and authenticity be a form of love, if anything. So sitting still or allowing yourself to feel whatever emotions no longer serve you, so you can release them. Because if not, remember again, all you're doing is holding on to a frequency or a magnet that's going to continue to attract what that feeling is. Now we can take it a step further, or a step further, a little bit back, in terms of where healing the inner child from however it was you were raised or whatever connection you had with family growing up, and clearing yourself from that. Because sometimes you may just look at the situation, the current situation, instead of the whole picture. So you can really get to the bottom of, okay, we're wanting to fix the windows of this house, but the foundation's still fucked up. You know what I'm saying? What's the challenge here? The challenge is your mind's eye, your first eye. Wow. Speaking of bigger picture, we got here material and spiritual prosperity at the bottom of the deck. What's preventing you from seeing things clearly is also connected to some sort of scarcity, feeling as though you're not having enough. There's something here about the way you see money. The way you see money. Or your experience with it when it comes to others. I'm hearing investment, where you may have been around a person who didn't feel as though what you were investing in, that you had no business investing in it. But your vision is your vision. Your calling is your calling. Your calling has your number, not their number. You know what I'm saying? 266 on the screen here. 266. This is also the Six of Pentacles, which speaks of reciprocity. So if there's something that you're mentally conflicted about and you're unable to see it clearly, and there's a lack of reciprocity, it shouldn't be that hard for you to decide. You have to ask yourself then, what's causing you to not make that decision when you know there's a lack of reciprocity? Let's say this is a situation about a job with Pentacles. Do you feel that you're in a position where your skill set is being used thoroughly? If not, ask yourself, what level of survival mode, what is it about this? It's survival mode, but where does it come from? Why is it causing you not to see, you know what I'm saying, the changes that you have to make? Because this could be where someone steps into some level of anxiety because you're too far ahead of what it is that is showing up for you right now. All the answers that you're looking for are literally right in front of you, is what I'm getting here. Let me get one more. One more for the challenge. Then I'm going to go to the hopes and fears position before we do everything else, to get that out the way. Challenge. Challenge. One more for the challenge. Look at that. 111. The Magician and Balance. What's this? Wow. Material and spiritual prosperity. But the Devil card. Something here about being binded to it. Being binded to is what contract? Okay. There goes the soul contracts. Either you are Libra, or someone around you that is significant to you is a Libra. Now, let me see something. Cause y'all know me, shit. I'ma look. Let me see. Something could be significant about May 8th to the 10th. And June 5th, June 6th. June 4th to the 6th could be significant also. Hold up. Well, Venus goes into Taurus. Venus will also be in a sextile to Jupiter. Mercury squares Mars. So there could be some sort of conversation that doesn't go as no, it's sextile Mars. So there could be some sort of conversation that occurs that helps you to actually see, okay, you know what? This is this ain't that. And then you can put whatever plans that you've had into action. There's a significant communication coming in during that time. Or tomorrow too. I mean the 30th. Tomorrow. Especially with that Aldebaran energy that can give you clarity regarding your purpose and direction. It'll be favorable for business deals, negotiations, media writing, speaking, and short distance travel. It's a great, okay, for some of you, there's something that you could be presenting to someone in an authoritative position. Don't get distracted by all these other little things that are going on. Focus on whatever this presentation it is that you have to do that's coming up. Okay, it'll be successful this whole time. Look at this. That's the Chariot showing up first time at the bottom of the deck here, as we're about to get one more card for this. But you already know what you're supposed to do next. Okay, I see where this is going. Okay, one more for this challenge position. I feel as though something is going to expose itself to you, so you can finally make that decision, especially if you've been holding on to it. Yeah, yes, the Sun card. Wow. Your challenge is what's going to be illuminated to you, or what has been. What's in the hopes and fears position? Okay, what's in the hopes and fears position? Ooh, whoa. The Ace of Wands. You don't feel, some of you don't feel as though you have that spark. You could be hearing about a lot of great things that are happening, but right now you could be in the energy of, okay, I know this, I'm hearing a lot of great shit that's about to happen. What the fuck is going on in my life right now as we speak? Because the shit is not, it's not mathing. The math ain't mathing. Yo, some of you could be wondering, shit, if I do this, am I wasting my time? Listen, 544 showed up again. If you have the desire to do something, to have the desire to get this shit right here, get this shit right here in your head through your skull on some serious shit. If you have the desire to do something, it's because you're literally already doing it in another realm, and that shit is not too far out. You're doing this in another dimension. And when it comes to you doing this in another dimension, let's look at this astrologically. Well, okay, look at your Mars. That'll show you the way you take action. Look at your Mars and it'll show you the way you take action in situations. Get real familiar with that. And whatever sign your Mars placement is in, look at the ruling planet of that sign. If it's
something other than, let's say, Aries, because Aries is ruled by Mars. But if you have, let's say, a Mars in Cancer, look at your moon sign and understand your emotions and connection to the use and action of your willpower, because that's that conversation right there. Feel me? So what's in the look at this, patience. This is something you've already been doing though. Because the outcome from yesterday's message was patience and planning, followed by, was it the Six of Wands? You are already victorious in whatever this is. There's something around you that is not, you know what I'm saying? Or let's say this is someone that you've had a conversation with and they kind of feel stuck with something, and you're telling them, listen, while you're still around this, that shit gonna keep happening. That type of vibe. What's in the immediate past here? Not this one. Five of Swords. There could be a, okay. There could be some unresolved situations because of someone's ignorance to what you told them that's actually true. Venus in Aquarius. This is that back and forth type of energy, that conversation of going back and forth, and then possibly somebody hitting below the belt, doing a little too much. And you don't want to deceive yourself about this, because these two together, this is Two of Swords, Five of Swords, that's going to be the Seven of Swords, or Moon in Aquarius energy. But when you're looking at the Seven of Swords and the fact that it's connected to the moon, this has to do with one's own emotions. So there's a significant relationship one-on-one that you already know the vibes. That until 555 on the time right now, that until you recognize that this has to be removed from your aura, your spirit, your soul, your mind, your everything, it has like it's beyond a cut cord. You need to cut galaxies or cosmic connections from whatever this is, because it's keeping you in a position where what it is that you're passionate about, you don't even have the urge to fully, you know what I'm saying, fully put your energy into it, because your energy is being dispersed into something else that is not in alignment to your purpose. So that's why it's coming through with that lunar eclipse or eclipse energy. Between now and September, I promise you, you're going to figure it out. Yes, you will. Especially while the North Node is in Pisces. Pisces has to do with the unseen. People may not see where you're coming from, or these ideas that you have, or what you know you're capable of. It ain't none of their business, and don't let it be. It ain't none of their business, and don't let it be. You know what I'm saying? Tell me more here about the immediate past. What is this? Five of Swords. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Okay. There you go. There you go the Chariot. We talked about this. We already talked. What's at the bottom? Uh-huh. It was all part of the plan. The shit was all of this was all part of the plan. All the nonsense and the fuckery, it was all part of the plan. Because it was exactly what was going to help you to see your vision much clearer. This could be something, either the 25th is significant, the age of 25, or February 5th. And February 5th that's connected to the Six of Swords. So this would be something you've already moved on from. But it's something came back recently that has you in your head about it. It has you in your head about it. About what? About what? About what? What is this? Because for this to be in the immediate past, remember, the fact that this even shows up in the immediate past section, even more of a confirmation that what we were saying before, that with this, in the event that the Chariot comes out, this reading is for someone who knows what they're supposed to do next. You already taken that step, especially when it comes to this back and forth miscommunication shit, because you speak clearly. And when people decide they want to be ignorant and not hear what you're saying, it's beyond getting someone to understand you. This is why that's one of my biggest things here on this channel. You're not here to get anyone to understand you. That understanding is for you. That is a personal affair. You'll be able to utilize more of your energy for things that are actually for you. The less you go around, not even the less, but just don't get people out here to understand where you're coming from, because that is exactly what puts people in a position not to be their authentic self. And remember, allow discernment and authenticity to be an expression of love. If someone moves a certain way and it causes some type of static between you and them, you have a conversation about it once and that shit happens again, it's really up to you if you're going to continue down that path. Especially if you're the type of person that when someone tells you something about what made them uncomfortable, you make the adjustments. Now, if it's something that you don't want to make the adjustments in, you could be the type of person that also lets the person know, listen, I know this is what will make this situation better for you, but if it's not something that'll make the situation better for the both of you, then you probably decide to exit stage left, or whichever side the exit's on. At this point, it don't even fucking matter. In their head about what? This shit flying out. 8 of Pentacles. Somebody's in their head about work. And all you got to do, if you don't enjoy where you at, just change it. Take the steps you have to take to change whatever it is that you don't want to, you know what I'm saying? Don't overcomplicate it. Literally, Ace of Pentacles. For some of you, this could even have something to do with entrepreneurship. Have the conversation with yourself first. There could be something that, because you probably didn't notice the pattern, but there's something about this first quarter phase that when you are ready to take the initiative and the step to ignite your passion, because this is in the hopes and fears position, there's a conversation you have with something, okay, that puts you back to a space of wondering if you should. Yo. When I tell you, wow. And the fact that that phase, the moon will be in Virgo, shit, that's on June 3rd. The moon in Virgo, June 3rd is the first quarter phase. Let me tell you something about that moon in Virgo. I got a moon in Virgo. You'll have a precise analyzation of the way you feel about something to see the pattern in it. And this is a Virgo card, 8 of Pentacles. And that full moon in Pisces you was talking about, it's obviously during the Virgo season. So, okay, wait a minute, because 9-7 is Nine of Pentacles energy. There's something here. You're better. You're okay. Whatever this is, 555 on the screen. Shit. You're better off on your own. It's almost 6:03. You'll probably wreck. It's 6:03 now. Okay. Y'all can only imagine the way my ass be over here. You think you man, the way me and Source be having a ball? Listen. It's basically that. If I chose to limit myself and focus on what other people say about how extreme I may go with certain things, y'all would never see me on no fucking YouTube doing anything with cards. Not at all. But that's not what we doing. Nah. Look at this. Watch. Yay. Hey. King of Swords just popped up on out of there. Again. Some of you in your head about something you said to someone, but you said what you had to say. Yeah, see, don't regret. Okay, that's the regret then. That's that regret energy. Or the other way around, someone said something to you, now they regret it. Again, regret is not love. It's just showing the person how far off out of alignment they were to even, you know what I'm saying, move a certain way, say something, or whatever the case may be. Let me see. You got Aquarius showing up here twice. This could be a group of people. So you know how when you go on this spiritual journey, you disconnect yourself from a lot of people and situations. Well, in this case, it's coming through as 5 to 7 people that was significant to one person. 5 to 7 people, the ratio was 5 to 7, but the 5 to 7 was just one person. Especially with this showing up here as a mental conflict of one-on-one. But the triumph you've had in disconnecting from 5 to 7 people, literally 557 on the screen here, is what helped you to bring balance into the sixth situation. The sixth is significant, 605 right now. That really wanted to come out. 10 of Cups at the bottom of the deck so far. It's on some, from the very first moment you were able to express yourself and meet people, even at a very young age. Depending on the way you were raised, it literally influenced the type of partner you connected to, or the type of manager you encountered in any position that you've been in. Now we're going towards with saying that, you may also want to look into your midheaven. What is your midheaven? Wow, there go the Wheel of Fortune. That was the card from yesterday. That was the energy of yesterday. So again, there's nothing here to be mentally conflicted about, especially with this Wheel of Fortune. It's on some, you know, some of you could play a number or something, but it's really on some last minute. 6:59 on the screen. 6:07 on the time. That's 13. That's 4. Something last minute comes in because you. Ooh, whoa. It's as if something was closing in and you found your way to get through it. You found a way to get, you know what I'm saying? Now they show me the Titanic while Jack is running through whatever that is at the bottom of the boat, and it's closing down, and he has to slide under one of them. Look at that. The Nine of Pentacles shows up. You can't save nobody no more. Save yourself. You can do more for others by what you do for yourself right now. What's the wheel? The King of Cups. Love up on yourself more. There's a Scorpio and Aquarius that is very significant to this energy. And Virgo season could be of significance too. This could be the reward that you're receiving during the time that Jupiter leaves Gemini, stepping into Cancer. Which is something you also want to be mindful of, because the same way we just had the new moon in Gemini, Jupiter was in Gemini, Mercury is in Gemini, and it was really amplifying the energy of things that you say that you want to bring into fruition. Now with Jupiter going into Cancer around the time that the new moon in Cancer will also be in effect, this is also amplifying that energy, but it has to do with the way you feel. So if there's anything obstructing your feeling to actually, because feeling brings in the manifestation, you know what I'm saying? So you really want to be mindful of anything that you want to cut out of your energy at this time, and just do so. So the full moon in Sagittarius is coming up. Okay. Some of you could be graduating from some sort of karmic lesson. Okay. Jupiter enters Cancer on the 9th. And Jupiter enters Cancer on the 9th, and the new moon is on the 25th. Now, Mars is going to be in Virgo June 17th. Although it's not the best for it, but it allows you to be more practical with the actions that you take. We'll see the way this pans out here. I'm really seeing that for some of you, you have a lot of wisdom and knowledge for whatever this is you're choosing to embark on. Let's say your own business is going to be extremely successful, or something here that you came, that's part of your soul's mission to complete this. In the sense of taking action towards this passion that you have. Doing it so more so from a space of this is your soul's mission, and not to prove a point to anyone. Because that could have been part of your lesson. It's shifting from seeing this more as, you know what I'm saying, your soul's purpose, rather than proving a point to others. Because when you're doing something from the position of your soul's purpose, what anyone else got to say is none of your business, for real. You could care less. You care none. Forget less. You care none. What's at the bottom of this message here? What's the foundation of this? What's the foundation of this? What is that? Someone recently watched Get Out, because I'm seeing a clip of that in my mind's eye right now. Someone recently watched Get Out. This is something, this message here for you. The basis of this is deception and envy. This is the moon in Aquarius energy, which is also here. What this new beginning? Don't deceive yourself out of your own manifested new beginning. Tell me more. Why is this here? Why? Oh shit. Speaking of one-on-one. Some of you, it's a relationship. Some of you have a very hard decision to make, or had to make a decision on a relationship that you thought was a spiritual union, that you felt as though it was a spiritual union. Heartache and loss. God, I mean, that's clear. That's Three of Swords energy right there. This is Saturn in Libra. So this was part of the test in terms of the relationships that what allows you to step into your wisdom and your power is having relationships that connects to your growth. Being and having relationships, that's something to be discussed also, in terms of what relationships is, in terms of the effects of it. Because here's an example. You can know the properties, you can know about a herb, but if you are not fully aware of its properties, you won't be able to have the fullness of the relationship as you would if you did know the properties of it. So it's basically on some, if you were with someone and 666 on the screen, you were with someone and they did just enough up until a certain point, but it's okay because they didn't fully know you. They only did certain things to a certain point, and because you didn't fully show yourself too, it led to disharmony in this situation here. But now here's the other thing that you want to be mindful of when it comes to connecting with people. If you feel, you know, this nudge within you that tells you that you can't fully be yourself, you have to decide immediately. Make the decision that, okay, this is not a place for you to be, or around this type of energy, especially if you have to hide parts of yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because some could have been raised with that ideal or that belief of you can't have everything you want. Bullshit. Yes, you can. 567 on the screen. Yes, you can. But the way to have that with 567 on the screen, you have to get out from the lower region of you. You have to get out of that lower region and get the other wheels spinning. You got to get into the heart chakra, the throat chakra, the mind's eye, which is your challenge too, to get into the crown. Once you open up all of those centers, or some of you here going through possibly a Kundalini awakening, that could be what's happening too here. Or some of you could be looking into that. One thing I would say about a Kundalini awakening, you want to make sure that you have the understanding of what that means. Because you can wreak havoc on yourself if there's a situation, let's say a union here that you're supposed to disconnect from, and you don't disconnect from it, you can literally cause yourself to have a dysfunction within your body. Because that energy is so powerful, it sits in one area when it's supposed to be going through the ladder or shooting itself upward. You know what I'm saying? So 369 on the screen, 616 on the clock. Once you understand the 369, you understand the way life operates, as the saying goes. What's crowning this energy here? Okay. Stand your ground. That showed up here yesterday. Mars and Leo, stand your ground, which is where it's at right now. So a lot of the things that you weren't receiving during the time of this Mars shift while it was in Cancer, in retrograde. It's highly debilitated in the sign of Cancer. So while it's in retrograde, there's a lot of things that you wanted to move forward, especially when it comes to feelings that wasn't moving forward. Now when Jupiter goes into Cancer, oh yeah, you're going to see a lot of those things, going back to what we were saying before, in terms of you're hearing about all these great things that are happening, but that's truly what it is, because Jupiter is going to be in a sign that it's exalted in. The sign of Cancer that is nurturing and giving, and Jupiter is a giver, but it's also the expander, the awakener, but it expands whatever it gives. So this is why, for some of you, if you're still holding on to situations that it's time for you to move on from, this could be the heaviness that you're feeling. Because something greater wants to step into your life, but as long as you're still holding on to that basura, that garbage, and not allowing it to go through the process of transformation, letting it go back to source, letting it go back to wherever, so that if it has the properties of regeneration, it can do that. But you holding on to it is not going to help with that. That's for those, and you know what I'm saying, feeling conflicted about what you already saw within your mind's eye. This could be part of the reason is, you know, you used to seeing this growing up and it's normal to you. However that resonates, love. But you're being asked to stand your ground, said the universe, which is at the bottom of the deck. So there goes divine intervention. There goes divine intervention, showing itself loud and clear. Because, matter of fact, 721 is 4 cups energy, or the moon in Cancer. So we're sitting here talking about that energy. So before you get to the season of planting that new seed, the 25th, there goes the 25. Okay. You may want to do some self-reflection. First 7 years, the next 14, 21, 28, 32, so on and so forth. What cycle is still repeating itself, or what energy is still lingering that you're noticing it's only getting more intense in terms of disconnecting you from your purpose? That's what you have to let go of right now. Especially if you're the one that, in this message here, you've already taken the steps, but there's still something lingering. Stand your ground when it comes to, what is this at the forefront? At the crown here? Wow. I mean, you're taking this upright at the crown. Something you feel as though is spiritually, emotionally fulfilling, that you're not ready to move on from, or standing your ground from something you move on from. Or the fact that the moment that you ignite your passions, you know that you can't go backwards. And you, okay, in terms of having to do something on your own, this could be a situation where, because you're the type of person you are with the vision that you have, you may feel as though you don't have the proper people around you to inspire you. This is why you're here. Keep doing what you came here and you were destined to do. Because one thing I can tell you from experience, people listen, and most of y'all already know this shit too. People are gonna always talk, whether you're doing something or not. Just focus on you. Do what your soul desires to do, because once again, it's something you are already doing anyway. But anytime you disconnect yourself from what it is that you desire, just picture it as you disconnecting yourself from your own heart chakra. So the things that you may be calling in to manifest to help you have a smoother transition towards your soul's purpose is not coming in as quickly because your heart's off, or not that it's off, you're disconnected from your heart chakra because of a certain level of a lesson that still has to be released after you've learned it, in order for you to have that basic level of trust so you can feel safe, secure, grounded, and rooted. Saturn, root chakra. Okay. What's the advice? No shit. What about the throat chakra? What? There's something here about something you said. You were supposed to say it, or this could have something to do with hoodoo too. Hoodoo, where someone may have deceived you and you went about what you had to do to clear up the energy. It's something probably you're not used to doing, or you don't do it because you know the effects. You know you get what you ask for. You know you get exactly what you ask for. Tell me more about this advice. You know what? I'm leaving. I'm leaving. Love begins. Don't deceive yourself about whatever this is that you're holding, because some of y'all in some, whether this relationship got to do with work, is given, is obviously it's given some type of romance, but it's time for you to connect to reverence at this point. So you letting go of something here is actually more beneficial to you than you can't even, you probably, okay, that's what you can't see clearly. You may not see it clearly, 677 on the screen, that you'll be fine. Why is that? What is going on here? Or this could be someone around you, someone you're connecting to. Because some of you, know what's coming through, some of you here have unfinished business with a particular soul that's been on your journey. Obviously, that's not going to be for everyone. But they may not. Okay, so no. So some of you may feel as though you have unfinished business with someone, but how many times have you gone through that cycle and it still goes nowhere? That's what that is. Okay. It doesn't go anywhere. 678 on the screen. You feel as, okay, that's soul star energy, number 8, the 8th chakra. So you feel as though that there would be a connection, but they're not fully tapped into their soul's purpose. So right now, this here love that's beginning, that for some of you you're calling it in, the advice is the love that you're calling in, the universe has heard you. In whatever area of your life this is, you already have 2 aces showing up here. But what you don't recognize is that part of your purpose is connected to a divine union also. Now, what's tricky about this is that some of you may be in a union right now, unfortunately, that you feel as though that is the union, but it's not. That's not for all of you, obviously. Pray that it's not. But in other instances, let's say you're single at this time, the advice is what you're calling in, what you don't see is that when you ignite your passion, it also comes with unconditional love. Because whatever this is that you asked for, you may not feel as though you're getting it, but you are. So there could be some type of separation. You and this person probably don't even talk as much. Y'all probably even have, if this is a person, you and this person may have not even had the conversation about the way, what feelings you may have for one another anyway. And if that's the case, this could be someone, you know what I'm saying, that's been held for you on reserve until you get to this point that you're at now, where you triumphantly move away from situations that are that had you feeling conflicted and or this sense of being defeated. Because why be around something or someone that has you feeling less than anything that's great or excellent? What's this? Ace of Swords. Shit. The Sword of Truth. Whatever this is you asked for, it was in a moment of you having mental clarity. Remember we was talking about earlier in terms of you found that opening where you literally, something was about to close, but this is happening within you. Something within, it's as if, oh shit. It's you receiving the signal due to the merge of your higher self with your physical vessel. And whatever this is you asked for was the version of you in the dimension living out your desire. Some of you could have been under the influence of something right quick. Or, you know what I'm saying, you was just sitting there still, and it was one moment where you were just feeling amazing and just thinking of all the things that you want to experience in this lifetime, that you will experience in this lifetime. And then you brought yourself back to a more of a dense reality. And part of that residue of that dense reality is connected to this mental conflict here. Because with this major arcana here, or the macro to this, with the chariot showing up, this would be that moment where there could have been chaos going on around you, but you found a way to bring order to it, that in doing that, so there could have been something chaotic that happened that really made you feel good enough, great enough to say, you know what, fuck that. I know exactly what I want and I'm going towards that. You know when someone pisses someone off and it really gets you to the point to just say, you know what, deuces. That type of and not, listen, Wheel of Fortune here. Yo. Okay. Wow. A child in the candy shop. They go them fairies too. Protecting that inner child, but you also got these fairies that are about that business that is cutting things out that's causing any type of confusion, because Ace of Swords is mental clarity. And then the fact that you have mental conflict, yes, the advice is keep speaking what you want into existence, because the universe hears you. Do not, you know what I'm saying? Do not back off of it. Right now, the moon is in Cancer. Feel what it is that you've been asking for. And observe what it is that comes around you during this moon while it's in Cancer that gets in the way of the way you feel. I'm giving you the tea now. I'm giving you the game, baby. Look at this. That's what you had. That was your first card, and this thing at the bottom of the deck right now. Yeah, there's it's simple. It can seem complex, but once you recognize that you're living the simplicity of what is seen as complex when it comes to ancient wisdom, baby, make sure you're taking note of these synchronicities that are coming to and through you throughout the moments that, you know what I'm saying, right now. Because you know how many times I'll go outside and I'll see a white crane, a big one too. And I'm noticing I see it around the same time. It could be the same one, but what's significant is that it shows up at around the same time. And then we'll say that for when I'm dead. But yeah, what's in the environment here? Okay, I'm gonna get one more for this advice. I'm telling you, another one, another major arcana. Justice, balance. It's coming through as all of this. The reason why this happened is because balance had to come into your life. But this whole time, yeah, there was something that you were unable to express. Oh gosh, suffering in silence. At the bottom of the deck, that's where the balance is coming in. 886 on this on the screen thing here, and it was just 633. Hold on. Mars and Gemini, 9 of Swords. Mars and Gemini. Some of you finally spoke up. You finally spoke up. Mars and Gemini. Because that'll give the energy of fighting words. Yeah, you finally spoke up about something that allows you to have the mental clarity. Or that's at least if you are someone experiencing this mental conflict, it's time for you to say what you have to say. Or figure out if you have to say anything at all. But regardless, make a decision. Gemini season about make a decision. It's the Lover's card. Make a decision. Make it quick too, because Mercury is not slow. 787 on the screen. Make the decision and make it quickly. You had all the time in the world during Taurus season to slow things down and reflect. Hey, that's another thing. Be mindful of the seasons that you're in. You know, the planet that is connected to this, to that sign during that season. Gemini is connected to Mercury. You did that's quicker than bolt. You hear me? Don't second guess it. The thing, as you hear people say, if you have to question it, you already know the answer. 788. If you have to question it, especially after constantly questioning yourself about it to begin with, it's time to do something about it. What's in the environment here? What's in the environment? Oh, okay. Wow. New beginnings. Yeah. This could be a new career, a new partner. It's balanced. That's what we love to see. There's reciprocity in this new beginning. Whatever this is in your environment that you are aligning to, 789. That you are aligning to right now, it's not this shit of the past. Anything right now that has you feeling mentally conflicted, it gotta go. It gotta go. Show me more. What's in the environment here? Oh my gosh. Come on now. The heart chakra. Oh, wow. And self-sabotaging thoughts, trapped in fear. Something wants to align itself 408. That was that eclipse too. Something wants to align itself to you. Be mindful of where you are at emotionally and mentally, because you can literally push this away. Something that you have asked yourself for. Your higher self for. Okay. Jupiter and Gemini. 8 of Swords. Look at this shit. Choose wisely. Venus in Scorpio. I mean, it's one thing for Saturn to put you through obstacles and challenges for you to gain the wisdom, but it's a whole nother cup of tea when we're talking about Pluto putting you in disempowering situations just for you to get your power back. So you're being asked to choose wisely, to not place yourself in a position right now. We just talked about make a choice. Make the choice that's in alignment with your heart chakra. Look up some heart chakra meditations. I may have to post one where you just listen to it, but don't count me on it right now. I'm just saying. Okay. 8 of Wands, accelerated motion. I mean, what's this? What is deception and envy? Show me deception and envy. What is that? Let me go back to the basis of this. That could be significant. Go back to the basis. 9 of Cups. Wow. Okay. With the 9 of Swords, which is the suffering and silence card that showed up. What are you saying right now? 4 Wands, the Sun card. Hold up. 10 of Cups, 8 of Wands. Some of you got to be mindful of something from your past that does come back, that wants to move too quickly, wants to rush you into something here. Yeah, 3 of Cups. That's the reconciliation card. 8 of Cups. Yeah, exactly. Ace of Cups, King of the 3 of Cups, 8 of Cups, Ace of Cups, King of Swords. This is someone who knows how to use their words, but they don't recognize that there's a version of you that is no longer the version you were in the past. That's what I mean about something from your past coming back here. That may have seemed as though it was a wish fulfillment with this here 9 of Cups. Don't deceive yourself. It's not a spiritual union. It may appear to be as one, but they're not even, they're not connected to their mind's eye. They don't have any light in their body. Ah, okay. Let me see. This is Jupiter in Pisces. There's something, yeah, the reason why this may not be that type of union that you may have been building on is because there is a misalignment of beliefs or something in regards to spirituality. The Hangman. Shit. Pisces. Speaking of spirituality. This already happened with this showing up here once again. You didn't see... Are you seeing how clearly you can see now, though? Because you saw something before it arrived. That's also what's showing up here. You saw something was about to happen before it even happened. You may not even recognize how much your skills, your spiritual abilities are enhancing right now, especially with the solar flares. For some of you, this is telepathy. It's you on full access right now. Look at the Justice shows up again. speaking of contracts, you could be a Libra. Libra season is significant. Or let's say if you natally have Saturn in the seventh house, your lesson has to do with making sure you build relationships that are in alignment to your spiritual growth. Let me see. You certainly got a different perspective about something that you felt as though was a wish fulfillment. Six of Swords, Three of Wands. Wanted to pop out here. Six of Swords, Three of Wands, Two of Pentacles. Yeah, this is something about moving towards someone, but still juggling them. It may not even be, let's say, it may not even be that the person may be juggling you and someone else. This could be them juggling you and their career, not knowing, the ways to balance it out because of some level of, wanting to never be in survival mode. So it's channeled differently, where now they're not able to have balance within a relationship and their career. Okay. King of Wands was there, and King of Cups. King of Wands, Leo. King of Cups, Scorpio. For Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising with Saturn and Aries, the quantum role for a Scorpio is to embody being the healer. The lesson, the esoteric lesson, is ritualized discipline for the sacred body, because Saturn and Aries in your sixth house, where Saturn turns daily life into divine rituals for Scorpio. Now, let me look at Leo. Hold up before we... Leo, you're the ninth house. Saturn in Aries is in your ninth house. You're the flame of the cosmic wisdom. You're the igniter of cosmic wisdom. So some of you here with this passion ignited, it's your lesson has started very quickly in terms of, choosing to be in service to divine will. And what activates that is expansion through disciplined self-realization. Expansion through disciplined self-realization. Because Saturn being in the ninth house initiates you into divine law and spiritual philosophy. You're not just learning, you're integrating. So as you're learning, you're integrating. It's as if as soon as you hear, okay, there goes make a decision quickly. As soon as you hear about what to do next and it sinks and it resonates, go, you better go do something. Basically, this whole Gemini season, don't tell yourself you're going to do something that day and you don't do it. So if any of y'all told yourself I'm working out today and you didn't get that workout in, you better at least do something for 20 minutes. Plank, squat, do push-ups, however you're comfortable doing push-ups, but make sure, or plank, squat, you know what I'm saying? And some high knees. Do a nice little 20-minute circuit, you be all right. Just saying. But just make sure, you know what I'm saying, you don't neglect yourself or deceive yourself by saying you're going to do this and you don't do it. Start there. So that way you can weed out the energies of where people you attract carry that energy of saying they're going to do something and then it doesn't happen. Let me see. One more. Trapped in fear. Trapped in fear. Disclose it. Disclose it. What is this? Show me. Show me. Because this is showing, if this, in the matters of new love, with trapped in fear in the environment, they're actually reflecting or mirroring you. So if you were Libra with Saturn and Aries in the seventh house, yeah, there's certainly a lesson here within the relationship. Go on, you. High Priestess, intuition. Oh gosh. You got the Hangman and the Empress and the Sacral. What's this? What the fuck? Mercury and Sag. Eight of Wands. You have to see your mother's relationship or significant women in your life, their relationships from a different perspective to come out of this frequency of being trapped in fear. 7100 on the screen. I just got a taste for Cinnamon Toast Crunch. And cinnamon has to do with prosperity. Wait a minute, y'all. This is... Because you got some solid cards out here. You really have the universe all around you. Source, your ancestors, spirit guides, whatever it is you call on, that you are an extension of to assist you in this realm, it's surrounding you. But your free will is sitting in your crown. It's sitting on the crown. Why isn't there... Why is this? Oh, because this is here. You don't realize that you are... How high your vibration is right now in terms of the way you're moving and what you're calling into your life. Because there isn't a major arcana, but there is a portal that's close to the top of your spread. But it's in the hopes and fears position. So all in all, this message is saying, stop hoping that something is going to turn out well, because that's going to push it away. Hope is not it, that, no, that shit is literally fear. Notice that the section up here, it's hope and fear, because they're synonymous to to the other, one and to the other. It doesn't say hope or fear. It's the hopes and fears position, which means they come from the same lineage. What's the lesson? Let me see something. What's this lesson here? Look at that. Split this deck balance. One-on-one relationships. Libra. What's the lesson here in this section? Show me. What's the lesson? Creation with the bell. Not the feminine showing up in reverse. That's the sacral. For some of you, this will be an example of whomever it is that... This would be in a relationship with someone, let's say if they're a guy, they're too feminine in their ways and the way that they respond to situation. For a woman, it's... For a man and the woman that they're with, or whatever your preference is, that woman could be too high in her masculine energy, that type of vibe. And it's not allowing... This could be something that, if you're mentally conflicted about that, really ask yourself, is there a balance between the feminine and the masculine when it comes to that person? Or the situation. It doesn't have to be a person. It could be a workplace. It's energy we're talking about when you're speaking of the feminine and the masculine. And then ritual. Scorpio. Sun, moon, rising, because Saturn is just certainly in your 6th house, where everything that you do, your daily activities, is moving more so as a ritual. So this is also speaking to being mindful of the habits one has, especially in matters of going against one's intuition here. grief and sadness. Heart chakra. Wait a minute. Again, whatever this is, I felt this and I felt this just now. Someone has a habit of reconciling with someone that puts you in a position where your finances slow down, or the ideas that you have slow down, or you get lazy. But trust your intuition this time around about whatever this is in your environment here. Because the heart chakra, when it's not activated, it leads to grief and sadness. And then you have unacknowledged here. There's something that was deeply rooted that hasn't been ignited. So, okay. Okay. Let me see. Anger and rage, suppressing anger and rage. And then we have the masculine. What the fuck? Wow. It could be a situation where someone has been suppressing their anger and rage, that when you actually say something, you see the truth of them. You see the truth. Now, hold on. Yeah, you have distorted thought and perception here. Creation and the feminine. Wow. For some of you, this is wild. Because with the feminine here in reverse and creation, this could be the reason why there hasn't been childbirth here, because of unresolved anger and rage within the masculine. So it's not allowing for a healthy seed. On another flip side, this could be what we were speaking to in terms of things that you are clearing out within your DNA, where there may have been, one may be a product of an energy where one was created, but anger and rage was suppressed just enough for you to come through. But this is also why you chose that particular couple to come through. Yes, you are an ancestor that came back to clear this out. Because it could be connected to, it's connected to, there you go. There goes that dark feminine energy showing up. Now, that's another part of it here. Some of you have this power that you may be a little uncomfortable with. But remember now, Lilith is in Scorpio. So, being uncomfortable with that, it's only going to get more intense. Because Lilith being in Scorpio is going to bring that energy out. So much so for some of you, in order to balance this out, by you restricting yourself from it or pushing that sacred rage away, situations come to you faster in order for you to get into that mode of sacred rage, because that sacred rage is what is being given to you to alchemize into sacred sovereignty. Where now you're living in your most authentic self, caring not one bit about what anyone has to say about what you came here to do. No matter how strange or weird, true definition of weird, supernatural, it may be. Because some of you have a simple, let's say this has to do with your career. You have a simple way of doing something, but you haven't spoken up yet about it. Not realizing that when you do, this may even bump you up to a position that you now have to decide if you even want it. It may come with a little bit more, but again, you have a simple way as to handling certain tasks. So whatever type of hard work you think it may be, in the event of being moved up, it won't even be that way. To the point where you feel as though, are you supposed to be in this position because it's so easy? Well, yeah, because you have this, you have a way of simplifying stuff. Especially if you got Virgo in your chart, you could really see things clearer. Sun, moon, rising. You can make things, you can see the details of situations so much so to make it easier. You know? You're willing to put in that type of work where it's not you working hard, it's just something is just a part of you. You're very analytical. So using that to your advantage, or using that, for the greater purpose for all involved, that's a whole raise right there. Okay, my love, let's go to the outcome. It's 9111 on the screen. There, ooh. That was the Magician and the Justice card that came out earlier. So listen. Everything we just said right before that 9111, go for it. If it's career, if it's something you have to say at work, just fucking say something. That's it. Just say something. Shit. What's the outcome? This feels as though it was a whole phone conversation. Yo. Hey, I told you. Coño, no, hold on. Don't play with me. 4 Wands, foundations and achievements is your outcome. Look at this. That's the divine intervention. I mean, the thing is that this Tower card showed up yesterday with the amazing card following up after that. Yesterday it showed up with the 6 of Wands, victory and success. So some of you have to get used to being seen on some serious shit. It's to the point where you are going to be well known, world renowned, known. Okay? This could even be why, let's say some of you are having dreams with and that black and white cat just passed just now at 7008112. Wait a minute. Some of you could be seeing celebrities in your dreams, and they're just showing you a reflection of you. What is that? 8112 at 700. Black and white cat. This is what I mean. Take notes of synchronicities, because that come on now. As we talking about a whole dream, and they see through realms. Okay? So know what it's saying? Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Hey, look at here, look at here, look at here, look at here, look at here. Stop being a punk and go and get yours. Shit. And come back to the comments and let us know. Shoot. We need to have all the amazing stories up under this one. What? Let me see. I'm going to retitle this. The universe said, get on your shit. Outcome. You're really not mentally conflicted. It's just the old part of you that is You know what I'm saying? That's completely leaving at this point. The base chakra. Wow. You better stay ready so you don't have to get ready. That has to do with stability, security, feeling rooted and grounded. I'm telling you, there's some news, communication that's coming to you that has to do with the way you see life. Mercury and Sagittarius, the way it's something about you are more valuable than you allow yourself to be. You're more valuable than you allow yourself to be. For some of you, that literally means playing the bass. Some of you, this has to do with the instrument, playing the bass. Yeah, you better do what you got to do. But these foundations, these achievements that comes from a rooted, grounded, safe, secure foundation is bringing in manifestations that only you can see. You're the one that chose to climb up this damn high anyway. Shorty in a whole nother galaxy. Because it is a Mercury card, she may be somewhere on Mercury for real. Then as soon as you have the thought, there it is. Especially when that root chakra is activated and working beautifully. The way it works beautifully, Saturn. You pass your Saturn lessons, you have a root chakra at the base of you that is working beautifully. Okay? Being nosy. Oh, there it goes. That's that creation. That sacral chakra for your ass. The sacral for your ass. Forget them. Yeah. Forget that. Yeah, all the obstacles and challenges. There goes Saturn right there. All the obstacles and challenges are being put to rest so you can rejuvenate. No more suffering and silence. Put that shit up. No more hoping. Heal from that. You've done all the planning. You've been patient. Love begins. Let it. Especially the love you have for yourself. Discernment and authenticity. Right? So yeah. That is your message for today. Make sure you go and exercise this energy, move around. Because before this, that energy was feeling wild for real. I said, yeah, we got to go live. Yes, we do. And some of you, that could also be something you're getting into as well, where you are, getting the courage to do readings, have your own platform. Because you could be feeling things that may not even be for you. It's for you to deliver a message. Yeah. You know what I'm saying, me, chico. You know what I'm saying? Okay. No fuimos, we out of here. I love you all. Have a blissful evening. I'm about to go for a run. So, I don't know what y'all about to do. Make sure you do something productive. I love you.